Okay, I want to talk a little bit about the genesis, at least for me, of the idea of lifting and how it evolved to flipping. Uh, First time I heard and considered lifting rather than pushing was hearing Brad Scott talk about Florida State. He was the offensive line coach there, running what they called the sprint draw, which was essentially a lead draw. And what he said to his linemen was take your opponents and hang them on a meat hook. Okay, pretty grisly sounding way to tell linemen, but hey, evidently it worked. They were pretty good. Um, it dawned on me that you can't lift a guy and put him on a meat hook unless your feet were under you, and that right there was valuable to me because it kept us from falling down. Okay, the thing that I just come out of the wishbone, and one of the problems with the wishbone was having your feet way behind you and falling down. Okay, so this was a way to bring your feet under you. Okay, the lifting part. Now, the part about lifting is it's sort of inefficient. And your feet are under you. You have no resistance to the opponent pushing you back. So we started talking about, well, we didn't start talking about it. We started doing it more like in a teeter, okay, with the feet behind, or at least 1 foot behind, okay. And I realized that that was actually a flipping motion, like you flip a tire, okay. And when you stand the tire up, you can bring your feet. Once you get them stood up, it makes sense. And now you want to drive them. You want to end the flipping because you can't flip it anymore. You can't lift it. One of those tires weighs about 300 or 400 pounds. You're not lifting it. It's just like a defensive tackle. But you can shove it. You can push it at that point because they're defenseless if you can get them to that point. Now the trick was the sprawl or the teeter couldn't be too far back like we did in the wishbone, and it couldn't come too far forward until we had put enough torque into the opponent to get him stood up. Now, it does expose you a little bit to sling, but that's why you grab with your hands. Okay, so it's kind of a great thing.